Hey ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Your Next Cast. Thank you so much for checking out another episode. Today I want to share with you my 4 most productive lures. I've been asked several times, Titus, what are your favorite lures? And Titus, if I can't buy a lot of lures, so if I can only buy a few, what do you recommend that I get? And so I felt like this would be the appropriate video to do to kind of combine those 2 questions and give an answer for you. So if you watch this channel consistently, you probably know what 4 lures I'm going to choose, and I'm just going to stick with soft plastics just because typically soft plastics are less expensive than your hard baits and you get more of them in a pack. So if you're just getting started out fishing, or you're going out on a trip or to a new lake and you're not exactly sure what you should bring, these are 4 things that definitely work. I've used them in almost every body of water that I've fished in. So whether you're in a lake, a river, reservoir, pond, these lures work. So here we go. The first lure I'm going to show you is what I got started on fishing here in Lake of the Woods. Now this is not the exact one because I started out with a 5-inch Yum Dinger. This is a 4-inch Yum Dinger and it's black, but you often see me fish Elder's Magic, Morning Dawn, as well as Watermelon Pearl. But this 4-inch lure works in every body of water I've ever been in. As you can see, it's not very stretchy. It does have a slit in the top of it. Hopefully you can see that where the hook will go. And I have another video that you're going to be able to see where I show you exactly how I rig up all 4 of these lures. Usually I Texas rig this weightless and it works with a 2-aught, 3-aught hook. But that works a bunch. Caught me a lot of fish. The next lure I want to show has been just as effective here in Lake of the Woods, and that's the Green Pumpkin Gary Yamamoto Single Tail Grub. It's about 3 inches long, and as you can see, it's got a nice curly tail there. I usually rig it with a jig head, which again, I'll show a video of that a little bit later. Actually, I probably will do that next. And so this lure has caught me a ton of fish here in Lake of the Woods, but it's just a good moving bait. It gives a little bit of action. Whether you're fishing for crappie, panfish, or bass, this lure definitely works. Now, something I've picked up more recently, probably in the last year, year and a half, has been the Keitech. And this is a 4-inch Keitech Easy Shiner. And this is a paddle-tailed lure. As you can see, has movement, action there, but you can rig it. I usually use it with a jig head, which again, you'll see, I'll show a video of that. But you can also do it on a Texas rig, and I do that from time to time as well. But again, any body of water you go into, that Keitech will work. It's definitely worth the money. And then last but not least, I use a Ned rig. And the Ned rig is very common across people who fish. I started out with this kind though. A Ned rig is not a specific soft plastic. It's a way that you fish it. And so typically you want a 3-inch type soft plastic. These are just 2 varieties of it. I started out with this 3-inch Gary Yamasenko, and I would use the jig head on this. But this Z-Man TRD is specifically made for the Ned rig. It's much stretchier, as you can see, so you can catch a lot of fish and it's not gonna tear up. Sometimes it's just hard to get the jig head off because it does such a great job of just expanding and stretching, whereas this one has very, very little stretch. It has more salt, it's a little more dense. So this one is meant to float and be more buoyant. This one is meant to sink and get down, but both of them, as you can see, work. They're much smaller lures. And those are my 4. Like, those 4 are with me all the time, no matter where I'm going. If somebody were to call me up today and say, hey Titus, I'm taking you to a new river or pond or stream or wherever, those are 4 lures that are definitely going to be in my tackle box, and I think they should be in yours. So hopefully this was helpful. If you don't have a big budget of spending, these are not all that expensive. All of them are under $10. You get a pack. Most of them you get between 7 and 10 lures in it. And so I think it's an efficient way to start, an effective way. Even if you have small kids, it's a good way to get them started as well. So hopefully this was helpful. If you want to jump to my next video, or somewhere in here I'm going to post the video of how I rig these things, I hope you'll enjoy that as well. As always, we hope you have a good day and a good night. We'll see you next time.